zusammenzuarbeiten und deswegen schon mal meine erste Frage. Ich fange mal mit dem da drüben an. Kommt gleich zu euch rüber. Kommt gleich zu euch rüber. Also macht euch mal bereit. Wie geht's auf dieser Seite? Seid ihr bereit für 3x3 Basketball? Sehr gut. Mal gucken, wie es bei denen da drüben ausschaut. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wie geht's euch? Okay, das klingt gut. Wir brauchen auf jeden Fall euch alle zusammen gleich, wenn die Spiele anfangen. Wie gesagt, wir sehen gleich Spiele in der Gruppenphase der Männer und auch noch 2 Spiele im Rolli 3x3 Basketball. Eine mega Sache, die wir uns hier gleich zusammen anschauen. Und ich kann euch versprechen, jetzt seht ihr schon, es wird ein bisschen dunkler und die Lichter kommen noch mehr zu wirken. Nachher wird das richtig mega aussehen. Also teilt auch gerne Bilder in euren Social Media, verlinkt da gerne mal 3x3 Hub und erzählt allen, wie geil es hier in der Jahrhunderthalle Bochum ist. Das können wir alle zusammen machen. Jetzt schauen wir uns unsere Entertainment, unsere Breakdance-Crew an. Deswegen kommt jetzt zu uns und macht ein bisschen näher für die Breakdance-Styles Unlimited. Clap your hands!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please stand by.
Testing in progress. Reboot initiated.
DJ.
Located.
And now.
Please welcome.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, nowhere, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming
Non-stop action coming your way from Bochum for the rest of the day from Jahrhunderthalle. You can see it on your screen right there. The Super League 2026, a part of 3x3 Super Week out here in North Rhine-Westphalia, continues with the men's tournament. We just got done with a couple of really exciting wheelchair games, and now we head into men's Pool B. You can see the crowd is into it. They are here, and they're ready to go, as are we. And with we, I mean I. My name is Boz Rosendahl, a.k.a. the Mountain of 3x3. I'm with you all day today and tomorrow as well for all the action out of 3x3 Super Week. Glad to be a part of this event as it combines all aspects of 3x3 basketball and culture as well. As you can see, we get some dancing going on the court. Again, men's action and wheelchairs action today. We will join in the women's tournament tomorrow as well. Prize money on the line in all three tournaments. Spots to the women's series on the women's end, and a spot into the World Tour. 2 spots into the World Tour actually on the men's end. Those will be handed out tomorrow, but we are not done yet today. We got 7 10-minute sprints left in today's slate. Men's Pool B and A will continue their play. They'll wrap up tomorrow. And the wheelchair pool will be wrapped with 2 games right around 6 o'clock local time later on, as teams trying to make their mark and trying to continue the excellent games we've seen so far today. This Super Week, the follow-up event, I'd probably say, to last year's University World Games, hosted right here in the Rhein-Ruhr area. Trying my best German there. But the World University Games last year, dope event, had a cool 3x3 event. This event comes in on the back of that, and it has been super cool. We will introduce you to the next teams on the list again as men's Pool B continue. We will see SparkassenStars Bochum, the local stars, for the first time. They'll meet up with Fuengirola, who have been good in the tournament so far. Some 3x3 royalty in that tournament, as we'll see some of the world's best in this one. And let's get you, introduced to the teams. I think they'll get some more warm-up time. Good games all day long. Men's and wheelchairs will join the women's teams to this as well tomorrow. Prize money up for grabs. We'll got some hardware to hand out, and of course those coveted spots on the pro circuit on the men's and women's side as well. We'll get our first look at SparkassenStars Bochum, the home team, as well as Fuengirola, the upstart Spanish. This pool's in shambles right now as Brooklyn, who was unbeaten, or didn't get a win so far, beat the heavy favorites, Bonn Telekom, in the first game in men's Pool B action. Now these teams will look to add to their victory tally. And of course the crowd's cheering for the SparkassenStars, a local squad, a newly minted pro team. They'll be facing stiff competition that they've struggled with, frankly, throughout the tournament. Get you those records in just a little bit. It'll get you introduced to these teams first, though.
Also Bochum, let's go! Gleich geht es los! Hier kommt das Team, please.
Venues filled up quite nicely here. And Fuengirola come out first. This is a squad with some pedigree. They played on the FIBA 3x3 Pro Circuit as Marbella last year. They won a challenger event in Mataró. They bring Jose Blasquez, Javier Vera, Diego de Blas, and not Isaac Mayo.
This is Team Fuengirola.
Javier Vega, standing member from the embassy. This team is transferred into the embassy program. They bring Diego de Blas, DDB, right here on your screen with the pink shoes. He was on the Spanish national team that won the World Cup 3x3 last year, scoring 12 points in the finals, and they'll be facing off with some local competition. These fellas, they know how to hoop. SparkassenStars come in with a 2-4 record, but they sport Miles Osei. He's a former member of St. Pauli. Luca Ozono, same squad when they were named Baskets Bonn. He was a part of that as well. Marvin Heckel, and of course, Niklas Geskady, legend. He's combined 3x3 and 5-on-5 for years, a former member of the 3x3 German national squad. He's on this team as well. Referees in this one, Henning Frolich and Jonas Malamas. SparkassenStars so far for facing off with Fuengirola, though. They've been close, not quite over the hump, though. They lost 18-19 in the first stop, and then they lost 13-14 in the second stop. So both have been highly. What a shakeup that would be if Bochum managed a W against Fuengirola, who's been second in the pool in every stop. Not moved past the quarterfinals, the semifinals once. Stop number one is when they lost the Baskets Bonn in the finals. Juan Luis Rojas is the last name on the roster that I couldn't quite get to. And Fuengirola, again, a part of the Embassy 3x3 program, a program backed by 5-on-5 and NBA great Jose Calderon. They will start off with the possession here. Vega, the DDB, Diego de Blas out to Vega, lines up a 2-ball, splash money right off the bat. They've come to play. 2-zip Fuengirola, the answer short for Bochum.
Bochum spielt in Orange, Fuengirola in den bunten Trikots.
Bochum again, that newly minted pro team, trying to get into the pro circuit action. A huge step would be a win here. Diego de Blas, DDB, it's another 2-ball, but it's off the mark. Blas this time, share, and the knife, Blasquez out of off the mark. Screening action, Ozono, Heckel shares it. Kick out, Osai, quick move, shares Ozono. That is no good. a 12-second violation on the SparkassenStars.
Weiter geht's mit Ballbesitz. Check am Logo Fuengirola.
Good share by Ose here. Ozono, though, couldn't quite handle it. Late in the shot clock as well. No points yet for the home squad. Crowd's cheering him on.
It's number 87.
But another two-ball splash by Fuengirola. Rojas this time. And the Spaniards are letting the twos fly early. 4-zip handoff action. No communication, no switch. Geske is late. Rojas gets two. Behind the back pass, Geske to Ozono. What a play. The vision by Nicolas Geske. Again, he's combined at 3x3 and 5-on-5 for so long. Now he ends up playing for Bochum, both in 5-on-5 and 3x3. DDB. Board Blázquez, he gets it out to Rojas. Rojas, another two ball. No good. Geske shares it. Ose from the outside. Bochum's going to need some two balls. That was a wide open look. Good offense. And a good kick out by Geske, but couldn't quite squeeze it. And again, the matchup between these two teams is gone in Fuengirola's favor, but it's been 2 1-point victories so far this week, as we've had 2 stops played out. No crowd, no stream. But earlier this week, Heckel, quick move. Turns on the afterburners for a big bucket. Rojas this time to the hoop, fouled on the spot. It is on the floor. Bucket won't count.
Bei den Bochumern schauen wir auf die Nummer 93, das nächste Spiel in der Pro A.
This is the foul right here. Zono wraps up Rojas. Regular foul. The Blas. Another two ball down for Fuengirola. They got the clip unlocked. 6-2. Geske, can he answer? No. What's the turnover there?
Und jetzt Bochum mit dem Ball für die 2. Rebound Fuengirola.
Front iron.
Das war stark gespielt von dem Team Fuengirola.
And quick transition for Blázquez. Get a layup at the rim. So far, Fuengirola has been on one 7-2 lead. Not even 3 minutes into this game. They've come out of the gates ablaze. Look at this. Blázquez to the hoop, knifing through the defense. And another quick drop-off pass. Spaniards, they got the chemistry going. Ose does something back. Bochum stabilized here. Traveling violation will help.
Und die Auszeit ist da. So, ihr seht, das geht ganz schön schnell zu Hause. Bochum hat den Tempo, kannst den Tempo von Bochum hören.
First TV timeout, and it's been Fuengirola's game so far. 3 two balls knocked down by Rojas, Vega, and the Blas. Blázquez has been going towards the basket. Can the home squad, can the SparkassenStars from Bochum, can they stabilize? Can they find some defense is probably the first question. And then maybe some offense as well. It's not been their game. 3x3 is a game of momentum, a game of swings, and they can come back and do something here. They're going to need these to go in, though, instead of under the rim. Geske. Geske working a pick and roll action, kicks it out, but there's a hand in there. DDB with the steal. Rojas with another two ball. Offensive rebound, and Diego de Blas is fouled. De Blas also a part of the Spanish team to pick up a finish, a runners-up finish at the Champions Cup in Thailand over a couple weeks ago. But the man's been hooping 3x3 for quite a while here. DDB lobs it. Blasquez held up. Bochum expends another foul. They're at 4 already. For those of you tuning in for the first time, if you hit the 7 foul mark, that is a bit of an issue. Give the opponent 2 free throws on every defensive foul. Vega. DDB through the leg pass. DDB can't squeeze the 2. Now a foul on Fuengirola. Spaniards are a super long team. Hold up well defensively. Get a lot of deflections that way too. In this case, a foul. Heckel's been a blur so far. My goodness. He gets to the wreck at ease. Blasquez can't get to him. Heckel again, this time leaving everybody in the dust. Another layup. That is what Bochum needs. Ozono gets it back. Heckel, 2 ball. DDB. They get it to Blasquez there. Fuengirola feels like they got a size advantage against Geske and Heckel. So far, that's gone Heckel's way, though. He's been the best player on Bochum's, definitely. But he gets put under the basket here. And another bucket for the Spaniards. Hold a 2-possession lead here. 9-5. Game's been all offense. Osei to the basket.
2 points, Länder.
Quick turnaround by Rojas. Bang outs. Ozono does some back, a foul to play before, though, so that score won't count. Juan Luis Rojas turns the corner. Take a look what happens next. Big boom for Rojas, and his team is cruising in this one so far, 10-6. Geske beautifully drawn up play. Get him an open look. That is pure money. All cloth for Nicholas. Don't look now, but you know Fuengirola has come out of the gates on fire. SparkassenStars Bochum right in this one. Get the box out, Vega. Good hands by Osei. Geske to Ozono, sneaks through a pass. Ozono takes his time, finishes up. We're back to a 1-point game. Blasquez. No. Vega gets the board.
Behind the back.
Behind the head pass. How did he get that through? Took a little too long, though. That is a 12-second violation. Javier Vega with a beautiful pass, but not enough shot clock to finish up the play. Bochum go with Heckel, Geske, and Osei now, their smallest lineup.
Drittes Foul Fuengirola.
Of course, a 3rd foul on the Spaniards.
10-9 und ihr seht, so schnell geht das. Also, auf geht's. 4,5 Minuten noch.
10-9, and this, we knew this was going to be a highly contested matchup to start with. Same play for Geske. This time he opts for a drive, a quick poke out. Rojas got his hands on that.
Weiter geht's. Check am Logo bei Besitz. Jetzt wieder für Fuengirola.
And apparently Geske touched it last. Double foul called now.
1 foul up. Fuengirola hat den Ball.
Check ball top.
Und der Punkt von der Nummer 13.
Blasquez hanging and hidden.
Bochum still in game, still in game. 1 point. 1 Punkt.
Another big bucket by Bochum, though.
Und der Foul Call. Die Foul Nummer 7. Bochum, 7 Foul. Bochum. 11-10 der Score. Es gibt 2 Freiwürfe, 2 Shots. Fuengirola.
This is what I meant with saying 7 fouls is not a place you want to be. 2 free throws for the Spaniards of Fuengirola. 4 minutes left. And every defensive foul by the home team will get them to the free throw line from now on. And Blázquez makes him pay. 2 scores, a 3-point lead. Fuengirola hold the keys right now. Heckel, big shot, back irons. Osei throws it to the wrong team. DDB, quick bucket. Blázquez, the transition for Fuengirola is just super quick. Zono sneaks through a big pass. Osei, baby Yamich. DDB, pick and roll action. This has not been stopped yet. Blázquez has been very secure with his finishing. They have got to him every single time he screens, and he has delivered.
Die nächste Timeout ist da und ihr seht, das geht ganz schön.
Second TV timeout. Score was almost tight, but now Fuengirola is taking a 2-possession lead again, 15-11. Backed by not the hot shooting from the start, but mainly the pick and roll action that has been superb. Blázquez rolling to the basket, getting hit with passes time and time again. Can the home team dig deep? It's the question here. Geske is going to need some more of that. Pure money, and then he finds Ozono for the quick dump down pass. And a quick bucket out of that timeout. Brings it back to 3. Vega. De Blast. Down to Vega for a post-up opportunity. Spins. Held up by Osei. Traveling violation as well. Good stop on Bochum.
Check am Logo.
They get the possession. And they get a score is the question. Heckel's on the bench. Geske leaving everyone in the dust, but missing the layup. Snuck through there, but couldn't quite get the layup to go down. Then he gambles here, leaving Rojas open. And that one trickles down. 2 ball up, 2 ball down for Fuengirola yet again. Osei coming in with the spike. 2 hands for safety for Miles Osei. It's still a 4-point game. Bochum have only gotten 1 2-ball down all game long. Fuengirola has been conscious from range. That Rojas there with the miss. Trying to get it to Heckel. No, nothing there. Geske shakes his defender, pulls up, 2 ball, no. Rebound Ozono. Heckel. Ozono sneaking through the pass. The big fella with a 1-hand poke. There we go. There's that pick and roll action again. Blázquez knifing through the defense. Geske, contested look, no good.
14 is the score.
Fuengirola cruising in this one, and again, they've gotten it the right mix. And Osei here doing something back for the home squad, but they are looking at that 4-point deficit. They need to find the range. They need to find some 2s, but they also need to get some defense going. It's been a high-scored affair. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. Fuengirola 3 points away from game. And the home team backed by the crowd here in Jahrhunderthalle. Can they dig deep? Can they get it done?
Bochum hat den Ball. 18-14. Auf geht's. Jetzt wird's spannend. Jeder Punkt zählt.
Osei, high post action here for Bochum. The same play for Geske. He steps back, nothing there. Osei drives in. Scoop layup is good.
18-15.
Bochum needs a stop here. The Blus working on Ozono. The Blus can't shake Ozono. Has to force up a prayer. Hits the rim though. Big bucket, one possession game. There is Blázquez though.
19-16.
19 points now for Fuengirola. Ozono in and out.
Who's going to win?
Vega, game in his hands. Blázquez can end it from 2. No one wants to shoot it here. DDB lobs it. Vega under the basket, hangs and hits. And the backdoor cut snuffed out. Vega though lets it roll out of bounds. We're under a minute in this one. And it looks like Fuengirola is going to get a W.
21 ist die magische Zahl. Wer 21 Punkte erreicht, gewinnt.
Zono on the bench. Left it all on the floor. SK almost loses it. Heckel to the basket, and that takes too long. Shot clock violation.
20-16.
And Fuengirola now game point. They can finish it with a score. Rojas down to Vega. Vega steps back, 2 balls up front iron. Blázquez will have it. And Bochum get a stop. Now they need a score. Oh, say. Nope. Off the mark. And then the steal. Jaron is Karen. Rojas stopped at the basket with a foul. That is the 8th on Bochum. And Rojas will get 2 free throws to try to get this game wrapped up.
2 shots for Fuengirola.
Yeah, he got us going with the 2 ball early.
21.
And now game ball in his hands. He locks up the victory for Fuengirola, who take this one 21-16. 2 balls early, and then the pick and roll game got going. Jose Blázquez with score after score after score. Bochum made it a game. They got close. Middle of the game there, they got back 1 down, but not enough offense down the stretch, and they could not contain the Spaniards, who pick up a very important W in men's Pool B action. Home crowd will not like this result, you know it. And the home team is left to regroup. Plenty of opportunity the rest of the way, though, as this group is all messed up. Brooklyn with a win, Fuengirola with a win. SparkassenStars, Bochum, and Basketball and Telekom without one right now, as Fuengirola again take this one 21-16. A big dub for the Spaniards trying to get to that World Tour.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What was said? You should know I got it in the bag. Don't know how to act. Don't know how to act.
With that, we conclude men's Pool B for now and move our attention into men's Pool A with the second look at Hagen and Warsaw. Hagen did not win their game against the Skyliners of Frankfurt. Not even close. 21-12 defeat there. They did look feisty early, though. They got some buckets. They got a lead. They couldn't quite squeeze the trigger late. They couldn't keep the offense rolling. And 3x3 Skyliners Frankfurt just too good in the opening game of men's Pool A action. They're going to look to regroup here and get a victory, as they have not done yet. Not won a single game here.
Auf geht's, gleich kommen die Spieler.
And if they do,
Gleich geht's los.
it'll be through shot making. They are a team built with some individual talent. And they'll look to continue to give those guys free rein to take some shots to try to see if they can put the team on their back. Now, Warsaw, on the other hand, they got a legend right there. Przemysław Zamoyski, Zebo. He is trying to concentrate before this game. And that's scary because he was already wonderful in their opening victory over the Jumpshot Singapore 21-16 game, where Zebo got going from range, sprayed the place with a bunch of twos. Let's get you reintroduced to the players, though. Hagen come out first. Carl Mamadi Dia. Jalen Fuda. Phil Hartley. And Malik Touré are your 4 players. These fellas, again, they made it a game early against the number 7 team in the world, the Skyliners out of Frankfurt. But they didn't quite have enough offense or defense to stick with them down the stretch of the game. Let's see how they fare against some Olympic pedigree here. Warsaw brings some of that Olympic pedigree. They come out with a stacked lineup led by Zebo, as mentioned earlier, Zamoyski, 2-time Olympian on 3x3 in Paris and Tokyo. Bogucki, the man on the right, he's a 1-time Olympian. They're joined by Adam Wazinski and Damian Kruzinski. And this Warsaw squad looked real dangerous in that first game. Once the polar bear, the big fella, gets going, you have to help out or you have to leave him to score a bunch of ones. If you do help, they might shoot you to bits. Johannes Malamas and Finn Brune, the referees in this one. Second look at both squads. And a spot in the knockout rounds on the line. Again, we're playing in pools of 4. Top 2 teams in each pool continue to the knockout rounds, and I'd say tomorrow, but we'll play some pool games tomorrow as well. Big matchup for Warsaw with the Skyliners coming in as the second game on tomorrow's slate, but that's neither here or now, as they have to, if they want to punch that ticket into the knockout rounds, they have to take care of this feisty Hagen squad. The matchup between these two teams earlier in the first 2 stops both went Warsaw's way pretty heftily, I might add. A 21-5 victory in stop number 1 played last weekend, and then in midweek stop number 2, it was a 21-11 win for the Polish. But that's the beauty of 3x3 Super Week. You get a 3rd try. You get to get better. You get to game plan more. The Poles in the red. Hagen in the, well, that's a lot of colors. Blue, red, and purple? Pink? Somebody help me out. I'm not too good with these colors, apparently. But anyway, both teams ready to get going here from Bochum, Germany, and we are too. Been a blast so far, and Super Week continues with 2 men's Pool A games. We'll get some wheelchair games in as well, and then we get to close out with 2 Pool B games as well. The 10-minute sprinting is non-stop from Jahrhunderthalle today. Warsaw will start with possession here. The legend, the 39-year-old Przemysław Zamoyski will take it. And we're off to the races. Wazinski left alone, 2-ball, no good. He tracks down his own board, no box out on that one. And squeezes the 1 point. Other end, no good. Now it's Zebo operating. Behind the screen, down to Bogucki. Bogucki back to Zebo, pulls the trigger from the logo. And Zebo's bringing the fire like Charmander early. He was already on fire in the last game. That's a Pokemon reference. I know some of y'all caught that. Anyway. Not great offense there for Hagen. He must have been confused by my reference as well. As was I. Back to Zebo we go. Wazinski from 2, just off the mark. There's the polar bear, though, cleaning up his mess. 2 meters, 15 centimeters tall is Adrian Bogucki. And he'll take a seat now. Krasinski in the game. Dia on the move, using the quickies. And Hagen's on the board. It took him a while. A 4-1 game right now. Wazinski to Zamoyski. Zebo on the move, gets it back. Wazinski going in with the fake and the okey doke. Layup Warsaw 5-1. Hagen, broken play, they get one. Zebo lines it up from the corner, off the glass somehow. Not even sure how you get that angle on the glass. Out of bounds on this one. Oh my, Dia. Looked like he had a clear opportunity for a score, but he stepped on the line. Oguchki. And that's a traveling violation. Hagen runs some down screen action. Dia takes it himself. Zebo. He's got no arc on his shot, but it doesn't matter. It still goes in. Well, there you go. Almost. Polar Bear cleans up. That's the luxury of having a man that size on your squad. 7'1", Adrian Bogucki. And then Zebo pokes out the Wilson. Goes out of bounds. He'll take a seat. Suns coming into the venue now as well. Hartle. And no shot clock awareness. That is a violation. 2.5 minutes into this one, a 6-2 game in favor of Warsaw. They're looking for the big man. Bogucki shares. Wazinski down to Bogucki. And he's pushed off his spot. Jalen Fuda with the physicality there. First foul on Hagen. Pick and roll action for the Poles has worked all day long. Helps if you got a big target like that. Here we go again. Lob it up this time. Big bang outs for Bogucki. 7-2. Warsaw get this one. Hagen need a score here if they want to stay close. Hartle, no. Bogucki controls the pace. Krasinski looking to operate, hangs and hits, and Warsaw is running away with this one. Hartle, no. Krasinski also no. Off for a drive this time, no one home, and is fouled on the play. And Damian Krasinski will get to the line here as Hagen expend their second foul, but do so on a shot. We'll see him step up the free throw line after the TV timeout. Did I mention Warsaw's running away here? Running away like a tantrum child. Tantrum child? Good look for Warsaw here as they lob it up to the tallest man in the tournament, Adrian Bogucki, and the Polar Bear with the southpaw slam. Zebo trying to rally his troops. Warsaw, they want a victory here. If they want to continue their path towards the top of the pool here. Again, top 2 teams move on to the semifinals tomorrow with a chance at 10,000 Swiss francs as well as a spot in the World Tour in Vienna. Warsaw looking well on their way right now. 9-2. Buda left alone to get Hagen on the board again. There go that pick and roll again. This time they drop it. Zebo, no good. Hits the front of the rim. Buda again. He's just, no one's guarding him. He's going straight at the basket. Then he taps it out. Bogucki almost loses it. It will be Warsaw possession after this. Bogucki, the former silver medal winner at the World Cup Under-23 in 3x3 basketball, and of course a member of the Polish squad that went to the Paris Olympics, where they ended up 6th, and Zebo was a big part of that team as well, spraying the place yet again. The man setting off the smoke detectors here in Jahrhunderthalle. Ray, no, behind the back pass from Zebo, they get it to Bogucki. 6 on the shot clock, Zebo looking at Dia, behind the back again, and Bogucki with the big spike. What a find by Zebo Zamoyski. My word. Buda. Kaczynski controls the rebound. Zebo, another one. There is no stopping this Warsaw team right now. It is a 14-4 contest, and we haven't even been playing for 5 minutes. In 3x3, once you get to 21, the game's over. Look at the big spike by the big polar bear. Dia does something back for Hagen. But Hagen so far have brought little offense and absolutely no defense to this matchup. Zebo's on the bench for now. They get Kaczynski a look at the basket, and he'll trap. Kaczynski, a part of the under-23 team for Poland last year, had competed in Chang'an, China, where they came in 13th. A Nations League player for Poland as well, the youth circuit for FIBA 3x3. Dia, Kaczynski with a more than good 5-on-5 career, played in the ACB, joined the embassy program last year. Teammates with Javier Vega that we saw in Fuengirola that played the game before this one. Kaczynski gets fouled on the attempt here, but Kaczynski apparently now coming into 3x3 full-time, a big talent add for this Poland group, who are again preparing for that World Cup in Warsaw this summer. First week of June, I'll be out there. Dia with the fakery, but he can't make it. Zebo from the corner, lasers. And then he expends a foul. It's 15-6 right now. And writing's on the wall in this one. Warsaw is going to take a victory here. The question is, how fast can they get it? One-sided contest. Ball taken away from Fuda. Zebo down to Kaczynski, who was fouled yet again. Held up by Hartl. Double high post look here for the Poles. Kaczynski, ooh. Is that a dunk or a hard layup? Regardless, it was a well-drawn up play. Look at this double screen action. Bogucki gets his own guy, and Kaczynski almost ends a man's career right there. Barely gets it up and over the rim. 10-point lead, Warsaw. Creates some space with the shoulder, but the shot is off the mark yet again. And the Poles got that quick transition. Oh, but Zebo, too fancy with it. Got lost in his own sauce. But then a turnover by Hagen, who look rattled right now. They came into their first game of the day competitive. They had a game plan and everything, but in this one, they have been outmatched, outworked, out-executed by Warsaw.
Am besten einfach. Wir brauchen Stops. Nein, wir brauchen einfach Stops. Okay, wir brauchen jetzt einfach ein paar Punkte. Für den Average, okay? Wir spielen ein bisschen härter. Wir spielen diese 4 Minuten zu Ende. Wir spielen diese 4 Minuten zu Ende. Okay? Wir müssen mehr reden einfach. Talk. Talk, wir forcieren nichts. Wenn was ist, freier Wurf nimmt ihn, freier Dreieck nimmt ihn. Wenn zu ist, raus.
Aber am besten ist es natürlich, dass ihr hier seid. Hier bei uns.
I'm sure some of y'all understood that. My German isn't that good. I think he said, let's play for the next 4 minutes and be sharp. Anyway, Warsaw in possession here. They get a play going. Wazinski double screen, gets a look. 2 balls up and good if it goes. 18-6. Excellent execution by Warsaw. Dia foul. It's the luxury of having played with discipline. Get to expend the foul to stop a score. It's exactly what Warsaw did right there. Foul situation, neither team close to the bonus yet, 4-3. Scoring situation slightly in favor of Warsaw. Dia falling away for 2, nuh-uh. Zebo from the corner, quick transition, pull up, no good. But the rebounds for Wazinski, fading out of 1 foot. He'll pull up for 2. The long-range shot has eluded Hagen. They'll get a layup here and there, like that one. To beat a team like Warsaw, you need the 2-ball. Zebo. To Wazinski from way downtown. Oh my goodness, the man is feeling it like a shrink's visit. Adam Wazinski with the range. The man was almost out of bounds, and he still manages to get that one down. 20-7. Dia, no. Ray gets the board. Get it to Hartle. Pulls up, 2-ball up, off the mark. And Teray again with the offensive rebound. Warsaw now can close it out, though. They get it to their ace. Remislav Zamoyski. Zebo kicks it. Wazinski steps behind the line. That counts as a 1, but it is more than enough as Warsaw destroy destroy Hagen here. 22-8. Just supreme execution, ball pressure when needed, didn't give up for the entirety of the game, and the Poles get a W, and they take the lead in Pool A for now, awaiting the next game. Hagen couldn't quite bring what they did in their first contest of the day. They've got a chance to regroup. They'll play again tomorrow. And it'll be against Jumpshot Singapore. I'm sure they're going to be looking at this tape, and there's plenty of lessons in here as Warsaw just ran him off the court.
All dieses große Setup wäre nicht möglich. Gebt nochmal einen großen Applaus natürlich an die Teams. Dieses große Setup wäre nicht möglich ohne die vielen Unterstützer und Förderer. Deswegen sagen wir vielen Dank an unsere Förderer, das Sport-Ehrenamt, an das Sportland Nordrhein-Westfalen, an den Regionalverband Ruhr, an unsere Partner, Deutsche Basketballbund, die Stadt Bochum und die Deutsche Telekom AG.
You can see the final score there one more time. It's been adjusted down to 21 points as Wazinski on that last shot had his toe on the line. But Warsaw, a big step towards taking control of this Pool A with their second victory of the day. We'll see them again tomorrow for a matchup with the 3x3 Skyliners for Frankfurt. That will be one to circle on your calendar. Skyliners up next in the game too, as they'll take on Jumpshot Singapore. That game slated to start in right around 10 minutes, so stick and stay with us and don't go anywhere. Action continues from Bochum in 9 minutes from now.
Let's go.
All right, Adam, congrats on the win. We talked a little bit and you told me that your parents, no, not your parents, your grandparents are from Germany. So we can do the first question maybe in German. How did you like the game?
Sehr gut, sehr schön. Morgen wir spielen besser.
Oh, okay. We will love to see that. And yeah, tell us a little bit about your game plan against the German team.
Well, we knew it's going to be a tough game. We had to be prepared, and the goal was to win 2 games today and think about tomorrow, take some rest. So the goal is achieved. We are happy, but tomorrow more work to do.
Of course, 3x3 is known for the fast pace, but what is in addition special about this kind of sports?
I think how powerful this sport is, how physical, how fast, like you said, this is way different than 5-on-5. I played almost all my life 5-on-5 basketball, so it was a tough thing for me to switch, but I love the 3x3 game and I think it's fun to watch.
Of course, you have international experience. How do you like this, in my eyes, beautiful location in Bochum?
Very beautiful stage, great fans. So it's nothing better for a basketball player to play in front of big fans in a big arena. So yeah, it's a really good job.
All right, Adam. Thank you so much for the interview. Thanks for this amazing game. We would love to see more of you tomorrow and tonight. Thank you.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön.
More 3x3 coming right up from the men's Super League here at 3x3 Super Week. It's the 3x3 Skyliners out of Frankfurt. Will face off with some international competition. Jumpshot Singapore. This game, a highly contentious one. Skyliners get tied for first seed in the pool with a win. Singapore, they need a win as they lost their first game in today's action. Let's get you reintroduced to these teams. Singapore again. played a subpar game against Warsaw, lost 16-21 in a game they looked like they wanted to win. Of course, they came out with fire, but not enough offense in that one for Singapore. Meanwhile, the Skyliners out of Frankfurt won over Hagen 21-12. Of course, these two teams met up 2 times earlier this week, and the first and second stop, both those matchups went the Skyliners' way, albeit, like highly contested games, let's just say that. 18-16 win in stop 1 and a 21-17 win in stop number 2. So nothing's assured for the number 7 team in the world, which is what the Skyliners are. They come in now with a 9-1 record. And let's get you reintroduced to the fellas. Leon Vertieg leads him out, followed by Kevin Bryant, Nicholas Kropp, and Florian Wendler. And specifically, Kropp was just amazing in that first game against Hagen. He lit the place on fire with a flurry of 2 balls and got his team a pretty easy victory against the Hagen team that was a lot more feisty than we saw from them last game, let's be frank. But they face off against the Jumpshot team. They were quite literally outsized against Warsaw. They couldn't stop or contain Adrian Bogucki. Didn't have the 2-point stroke to stick with him at all. We're down for most parts of the game. Kondrakov almost got him back, but they still end up losing. Here's your 4. It's Attila Demeter, Philip Kramer, aka the Hammer, Ashley Hamilton, and Yuri Kondrakov. Kondrakov, by the way, a long-standing member of legendary German 3x3 team, their Stamm. Former Nations League player for the Ukraine. Your referees in this one, Henning Fröhlich and Pedro Maya. As we get this last men's Pool A game of the day out of the way. Again, the pool will wrap tomorrow. This one will close out today's action in Pool A. Then we'll switch our attention to the wheelchair men and women, by the way. And then, end of the day, we have 2 Pool B games. So don't worry. We got plenty of more 3x3 action here from Super Week in Bochum, Germany. What a tournament to be held here in the Rhein-Ruhr area. Building on the legacy of the World University Games held here last year. And it's been high class so far. Skyliners looking to improve to 2-0 and looking to punch their way into the semifinals yet again, as they have done in both previous stops this week. Winning stop number 2. Jumpshot have punched their ticket into the knockout rounds, but lost in the semifinals. And there's when they're sitting pretty after that win early. Got one more game on the day. That one will close it out. A big matchup with Basketball and Telekom, probably for, well, who knows in Pool B right now. It is a jumbled mess, so I'm not even going to predict anything there. But that's later on today. We will start off with Jumpshot Singapore in possession and Attila Demeter taking the check. Here we go. Demeter down to Kramer on the block. Kramer, though, can't finish it up. Second attempt's good. Singapore on the board first. The Skyliners, they start off with another 2-ball. Just like in their first game of action, they got shooting on lock. They got the sniper rifle and the scope. Kondrakov, forced shot, end of the shot clock, rolls out. Kramer, no. Careless miss there by Kramer. Looked like he just had an easy layup. Kropp under pressure, opts for a drive, bumps in a bucket, no call. But a 3-1 lead for the Skyliners right out of the gates. Steps back, pulls the trigger. 2 balls off the mark. Teague, all by himself, cruises in for the easy lay. No one home, no one guarding the basket on that play. Kondrakov, no. And it's for Teague again, this time for two. Splash money. And man, the Skyliners are looking sharp in this one. Kramer loses it. For Teague, another one, no. And then bodies hit the floor, there's a whistle. Someone's been called for a foul. Leon for Teague though, look at this. Mastering the pick and roll, coming through with a bunch of twos. He wasn't as prolific in the first game. He didn't need to be as Krop went off, but he's showing out here. Bryant, bang out. Just right past the defense. No one there to guard Bryant. Kondrakov brought his team back with a bunch of twos in their last game, but Singapore's not looking all that sharp right now. Listen, layup, second attempt for Hamilton ends up being good, but you know, you need some more focus, I think. For Teague, plow. And then a quick foul and Fatigue, who has seen enough. He wants to take a seat. We're 2 minutes in, and the Skyliners lead this one 9-2. Man, Leon Fatigue is out here wet like a leaky faucet. The man is just spraying the place with a bunch of twos. Krop kicks it. Wendler doesn't want to take the shot, hands it off to Fatigue. It's a good idea. The man's been on one. Fatigue, yes, sir. Or should I say, yeah. Leon Fatigue, the Leon King, is putting the moves on everyone here. Two after two after two. He is delivering like the DoorDash driver. Kondrakov, a bump and a bucket. Singapore at least get a score. See if they can hang with the offense that Fatigue's delivering. Kondrakov at least will get an opportunity to bring the game back to 6 points from the line. Drop from the corner, off the mark. He gets his own board and bangs it at the rim. Then Wendler steals it. Skyliners swing it. They hold this game. Got a big lead down to Wendler on the block. Wendler against Kondrakov. Kondrakov is not even trying to play defense on that one. He just got out of the way. Wants a screen. Kondrakov loses in. Kramer's there. Kramer, difficult shot, no good. Back down to Wendler. He's got a mismatch with Kondrakov, who fouls him hard. And a TV timeout in what's so far been a pretty one-sided affair. The Skyliners out of Frankfurt just making currywurst out of Jumpshot Singapore right now. On the back of Leon Fatigue going bananas right now. He is hitting everything. Got a better J than Ray. No one? Ray J? All right, anyway. Forget about that one. Teague's back out on the court. And his team will take the check ball here. Leon looking at Kondrakov. 6:51 on the clock, but I don't think we're going to need the full 10 minutes to get out of this game. Pass down into Krop. Krop turns, lefty lay off the mark. Bryant can't get to the board. Fatigue kicks it down to Wendler, kicks it out. Bryant's open. He'll line up a two ball. That is good as well. The Skyliners are just unconscious from range. They're not missing. They're not missing. Kondrakov. It's cleaned up by Demeter. Jump shot Singapore is struggling. They need some milk. A 10-point deficit for them in a must-win game. Off the mark is Demeter. Vertieg. Working off the screen. He gets it down to Krop. Krop is cooped up by Demeter. The whistle on the floor. Kevin Bryant getting in on the action from 2 as they rotate away from him. Vertieg now to the hoop, steps through and gets his first 1-point bucket, I believe. Demeter, no. Singapore looking out of sorts. Frankfurt looking like a top 7 team in the world right now. Wendler. A traveling violation as I say that. They're looking to create some space here. Can't quite get past Demeter. There's Ashley Hamilton banging out. Bryant. There's a whistle there. Backdoor cut by Ashley Hamilton. And 2 hands for safety at the rim for the player owner of London 3x3. And then kickball violation here. Fresh 12 to work with for the Skyliners. They kick it. Krop. And he can also shoot it. Skyliners looking to get done with this game quickly. They're 2 points away from a victory already. We're not even halfway in this game. 5 minutes left on the clock. Krop crosses back. Shoots it from the logo. Krop no good. Man, though. This Frankfurt team is hotter than desert sand right now. Krop, it's poked out. It will stay with the Skyliners. Vertieg will come back in the game. Calls a play. A 2-ball will end things. Vertieg gets it. Drives in instead of shooting a 2. Misses the layup. Look, he had an open look, but he didn't want to take it. Demeter to Hamilton. Hamilton flips it back. Then attacks again. A foul by Vertieg. That is the Skyliners' 3rd. Post play here for Singapore. Demeter almost loses it. A foul by Wendler. Felt like he was at a disadvantage, so he stops the play, puts the Singapore squad on top with a fresh 12. Same play, different action. Demeter this time off the screen. Between the legs pass to Hamilton, who can't squeeze the Wilson. Hamilton fades. Good touch on Hamilton on that fadeaway. But it's still 19-9, although Wendler here with the offensive foul. So the Skyliners took their foot off the gas slightly at the end of this one as we look back at Hamilton's touch. Pure money. Fifth foul on the Skyliners. Jump shot will get it back. Demeter. No. And not saved inbounds. Possession will go and stay with Singapore, who have struggled from 2 range pretty much all day long. Kondrakov knocked down a couple, and I think Hamilton knocked one down, but they just haven't been able to get him in this game at all. Kondrakov this time with a quick layup, making the score a little bit more respectable. And Krop continues the pick and roll brilliance of this squad. Surgical is what the Skyliners are, although Demeter there with the quick cross. Bryant holds on to it, and Krop can end things here. Front irons it. Kramer, no. Cookies take it. Vertieg wants a screen. Steps all the way back. Leon Vertieg, the Leon King. With the final shot in this one, the Skyliners cruise to an easy victory 22-10 over Jumpshot Singapore, and that man was special. He's been in Dexter's lab in the offseason, and Leon Fatigue took his team on his back and just dominated from start to finish. This one, the final shot in this one, steps back, lines up another two, his 5th of the game. And he ends it 2-0. Go the Skyliners out of Frankfurt with the salute to the crowd. And they get set up with a big matchup with Warsaw tomorrow. Winner takes first in the pool, loser takes second. We know that by now. Again, 22-10 in favor of the Frankfurt Skyliners. Now, with that game being over that quick, we'll have a little bit of a break. Next game on deck, slated to start at 6:10 local time. That is a wheelchair game. Stick and stay right here for that one. The 3x3 Wheelchair Super Cup continues as we look back at Pool A here. Two teams gunning for that top spot. Warsaw and the Skyliners both did business in this last round of games. We'll see them again facing off each other tomorrow. And again, stick with us right here. The wheelchair continues 6:10 local time. 15 minutes from now, I'll be back right here. Don't go anywhere.
So good, I say blah 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 blah. It's the kind of beat that go ba ta ta ba ta 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 ta. Sex me so good, I say blah 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 blah. It's the kind of beat that go ba ta ta ba ta 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 ta. Sex me so good, I say blah 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 blah. It's the kind of beat that go ba ta ta.
für Breakdance Stars Unlimited hier aus Bochum. Vielen Dank für eure Showcases. Dankeschön. Und ihr seht sie jetzt schon reingerollt kommen. Wir switchen wieder zum Wheelchair 3x3 Basketball. Macht schon ein bisschen Lärm hier, ein bisschen Atmosphäre für die Teams. Wir freuen uns wieder jetzt auf 3x3 Rolli-Basketball hier bei uns in der Jahrhunderthalle in Bochum. Das ist auch mega spannend dann zu sehen. Wir werden sehen, dass es richtig zur Sache geht gleich. Wir freuen uns, in wenigen Minuten geht es weiter. Genau gesagt in 6 Minuten dann mit dem weiteren Spiel. Wir haben 2 Spiele Wheelchair-Basketball für euch in der Session. 2 heute am Samstag. Und danach dann auch nochmal Gruppenspiele der Herren. Alles geboten hier für euch in der Jahrhunderthalle in Bochum. In der 3x3 Super Wii. Wir bedanken uns bei allen Förderern und Partnern dieses großartigen Events. Vielen Dank an alle, die das möglich gemacht haben. Vielen Dank an das Sport-Ehrenamt, an das Sportland Nordrhein-Westfalen, an den Regionalverband Ruhr sowie unseren Partnern, dem Deutschen Basketballbund, der Stadt Bochum. Vielen Dank und natürlich auch Dankeschön an die Deutsche Telekom. Vielen Dank. Wenn ihr 3x3 Basketball öfter sehen wollt und vielleicht sogar bald olympisch hier in der Jahrhunderthalle Bochum, alles ist möglich. Dann schaut euch jetzt dieses Video an, denn Bochum kann 3x3.
Bewerbung.nrw.
Die wichtige Botschaft habt ihr gesehen. Klickt am besten gleich mal vorbei bei olympiabewerbung.nrw. Lasst dort euer Feedback und stimmt auf jeden Fall dafür, dass ihr olympischen Basketball hier bald vielleicht auch in der Jahrhunderthalle Bochum, welches eine grandiose Location dafür wäre, sehen wollt. Und dann schauen wir mal, was möglich ist. Die Spieler sind bereit, machen sich jetzt bereit für den Roll-In, für den Walk-In. Gleich geht es weiter hier mit dem nächsten Spiel in der Session 2, hier in der Jahrhunderthalle in Bochum. Man kann einfach nicht genug bekommen hier von dieser Mega-Kulisse. Das macht ihr zusammen natürlich komplett. Vielen Dank, Bochum, dass ihr hier bei uns seid und 3x3 Basketball zusammenlebt. Habt ihr Spaß? Wie geht's euch? Wie ist die Stimmung bei euch? Das hört sich sehr, sehr gut an. Mein Name ist immer noch Marc und ich freue mich, dass wir jetzt hier zusammen 3x3 Wheelchair Rolli-Basketball sehen. Habt ihr Lust darauf? Auf geht's! Das war eine
Last stretch of the day from Bochum, Germany. The Köln 99ers and the ASV Bonn will continue the 3x3 Wheelchair Super Cup with action here from 3x3 Super Week as we get to reintroduce you to both these teams. It's the 99ers who come out first, and they have been super good. So far, they pick up a pair of victories over the Kieler Wheelers and over Essen. These are your players, Timo Bergenthal, Homayuna Skari, Chris Adolphis, and Bo Broekman. And specifically, Ascari has been on a tear in this tournament. The man has been on fire. Just nailing a bunch of twos, getting to the action with nifty moves going towards the basket. Watch that man because he is a bucket. I'll tell you right now. Their opponents, ASV Bonn, they won their first game of today's action over Essen. Then they lost to the Kieler Wheelers 13-6. They're led out by their ace, Stuart Kögler. He's joined by Pascal Henkel, Silas Wachmann, and Tobias Mitschke. And this is the ASV Bonn Wheelchair Super Cup 2026 squad. A prolific pick and roll team who couldn't quite get the trigger down on any of their shots in their last game in action, which they lost quite handily, I would have to say, 13-6, but they had so many open looks. I just couldn't convert. Let's see if they've regrouped. The referees, Stefan Detkin and Daniel Wagenschutz, have held down the fort all day long. 2 more games in this 3x3 Wheelchair Super Cup in a 4-team pool. And we'll make up the standings with these next 2 games going into the semifinals played tomorrow. And again, €1,000 of prize money on the line. Bergenthal wins the coin toss. And the 99ers have looked superb. Again, a 11-10 victory over Kieler Wheelers, and then a 14-7 defeat of Essen. They've been super good. The crowd's here to watch them, and we are ready to get going with this 10-minute wheelchair sprint.
Die Teams sind ready. Referees sind ready. Bochum, are you ready? Let's go.
Scotty takes a check, goes right around his defender, and he starts off where he left off last game, getting bucket. Kogler, no good. Scotty with the board. Uses that speed of his with nifty moves as well to try to get to the rack. Blocked there by Kogler. A lead pass down into the paint, but it's missed. Kogler, left off, rolls in. And that is easy money. Mid-range meal for Uwe Kogler. Left alone by the defense. He's trying to stick with Ascari here. Ascari with a flurry of moves, gets to a position, can't get the shot to go down off the glass though. High-paced game here to start. Scotty with the block, a lob pass into Kogler, who scores his second point, and Bonn up 2-1 to start. So they found their touch, they found their security, but they leave Ascari alone, and he rewards his team with a scoop lay, 2-2. Kogler gets a screen set for him. He's on the move, lobs it, but it takes too long. Scotty blocked on the drive. Gets past the defense yet again. A bucket and a bump. He jumps right back up into his chair. Homayun Ascari, look at this. Layup off balance, jumps right up and right on the spot. His third point, and he'll head to the stripe for one more. Free throw not secured. 1-point lead for the Code 99ers. Kogler getting the pick and roll going. 3 on the shot clock, passes it in, but it is snuffed out by Ascari, who turns it over right away. Michke. And then Kogler. Thought he had a pass there. Henkel didn't move towards the basket though. Niners with a check ball up top. Scotty again past the defense. Nothing Henkel can do about that. The man's on a mission. He's been on a scoring spree all day. Kogler front irons a shot, but he's fouled, so he'll take a free throw. Kogler trying to lead his team to victory here. It worked in the first game they played, but they're having trouble keeping up with this man right here. Scotty, too much to handle for now, although Kogler here gets the game to a 1-point deficit for his Bonn squad. Scotty with another quick move, getting past the defense. Sharon is Karen. And there's the bucket. Adolphus. Actually, never mind, that was Broekman. There's Broekman again, leaning back off the glass. And Köln continues to pour it on. They get a steal here as well. Quick share with Ascari. Looking to rev those engines again. Here we go. Locked up by Kögler. Mid-range money for Ascari. It's the back iron. 3 minutes in, a 6-3 game. Good pass there, but Kögler stuck behind the backboard. Couldn't quite get it up and over. Köln looking to find Ascari yet again. Ascari nifty with that wheelchair. How does he get past the defense like that time and time again? Kögler. Quick transition there for Bonn, who are sticking close. Ascari, touch pass into Broekman. Broekman. Ascari somehow gets it, but the shot clock runs out on him. Difficult attempt, no make. Henkel. No clear. He didn't get two wheels outside of the arc. Got to get the full wheelchair out. Didn't manage it on that attempt. And TV timeout with a 7-4 lead for the Köln 99ers, who have again come with, well, I would say good offense, but they've just been leaning on Homayun Ascari, who has just put on a clinic on how to get past the defense in that wheelchair. He's going left to right, right to left, and no one's sticking with him.
Weiter geht's. Hier kommen die Spieler zurück aufs Feld.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Ascari's been devilish in his moves. He's just come through time and time again, getting himself free, getting his teammates open. See the confidence beaming for that man. Get it to Ascari again with position in the paint. Outracing the defense to his spot. Locks up Henkel here as well. Ball's out of bounds though, so Bonn will retain possession. Can Asphalt Bonn stabilize? Can they find enough offense? Because sticking with Ascari doesn't seem to be in the works for them. Shot off the mark. Contested look there, drained off the glass. Michke with the bucket there. Scotty with the lead pass. Gets it back under the basket, uncontested look. It drops in with the shooter's roll. Another look from Michke. This time no good. And you can guess it. Köln is going to Ascari. He lines up a two. Splash! Big bucket. Homayun Ascari, who is once again on a tear. 11-5. Köln. Someone stop this man. He is unconscious. Just drains a two ball. Doesn't have to think about it twice, and then the confidence and everything. Well, well, well. Mr. Ascari is on one today. This time stopped by Kögler, but Ascari does not care. Mid-range money as well. Kögler off the mark. Get it back to him. He's the hot hand. Spins free. Looking for space. Couple of dribbles, a pass into Broekman. Yes. Bonn is out to try to get the 21 points here. Have not seen that yet today in the Wheelchair Cup. Kick down to Michke. Backward shot. That fadeaway no good. And a shot clock violation, as Ed Wilson never touched the rim. Köln so far in the first 5.5 minutes of the game, pure dominance, an 8-point lead as a result. They get some give and go action going, and again, it's Ascari who just can't seem to miss. Bucket after bucket after bucket. Kugler stuck under the rim, couldn't get it. Quick transition here, Köln, they get it out. It's poked away. Michke picks it up, misses a shot. Two ball again for Scotty. That was a heat check. That was definitely a heat check. Defense draped all over him, but he still wanted to get it. You can see the disappointment in his face. He has been superb today. Omayun Ascari. Can't say it enough. I've never seen a man as nifty as him in a wheelchair. Now, granted, I've also not watched much wheelchair basketball. I'll be frank. But forgive me for being amazed when I see some excellence. Can Kugler and company manage to get some buckets and some stops? They're going to need to, as they are looking at a huge 9-point deficit here. Have only managed 5 points so far in the game. Ankle. Defended well, 4 on the shot clock. Can't get it to Kugler. It's out of bounds. Well, actually, never mind. It's picked up. Ascari lines up the chair, off the glass, up and in. A clinic on wheelchair 3x3 basketball from Omayun Ascari here. Dump down pass, gets it back out, Henkel. Ascari who comes away with it. Blocked well by Henkel. Looking for opportunities, lobs it. Brookman no. Behind the basket, end of the shot clock, that will be a violation. Actually, that was Bergenthal. Henkel off the mark. Cleared by Köln. Scotty putting on the moves right past Kugler, and he gets another left-hand layup this time. Bachmann? No. Köln right in the hot hand. It's Ascari with the pass down to Bergenthal, but it is a little bit too late. Shot clock violation. And Bonn will get possession of the rock here. But an 11-point lead is on the board. They have not had the offense nor the defense to stay in this game. There's some offense for you. Silas Wachmann. Fresh in the game, a couple of shot attempts, this time a bucket. Pick and roll action. Overshoots the pass to Bergenthal, 4 in the shot clock. He lobs it backwards. That is no good, and it'll be a shot clock violation again. Couple of misses there for Kogler, who gets his own rebound, but it's the Cone 99ers who come away with it. A little over a minute to go. Ascari almost locks up his wheels, still gets the ball. Trying to shake Kogler, a 2-ball contested, had to force it at the end of the shot clock. That is no good. Somehow, some way, Ascari keeps his wheelchair upright in that possession. As we approach the last minute of action here. Another score, Henkel. So Bonn, they are getting loose here in this stretch of the game. Offensively, that is. Defensively, they are looking a little bit sharper. Forcing a lot of shot clock violations in this stretch of the game. Down to Henkel. Henkel mid-range. Trickles in. All right. Bonn making the score look a little bit more respectable. Bergenthal trying to break, leaning backwards. Gets it to Scotty for the mid-range jumper. He's on the floor, but he does get back up right away. And he has been riding all day long. That mid-range shot, the niftiness as well, and his team winning as a result. They improved to 3-0 due to Cologne 99ers with a 17-8 W over Asphalt Bonn, who dropped the 1-2 with that loss. So the pool's starting to take shape. We know who the top dog will be. That is going to be the Cologne 99ers at the hands of Homayun Ascari, who single-handedly destructo-blasted Asphalt Bonn in this one. He put on an offensive clinic and got the job done for his squad. They will improve again to top seeding in the pool. Whoever is going to be in second will be determined in the next matchup, as we'll see the Kieler Wheelers and Essen. But this one ends in a big W for the Cologne 99ers. Next game slated to start 10 minutes from now.
3 Spiele haben wir noch für euch in der Session 2. Also ein Spiel jetzt noch auf Rädern im Wheelchair 3x3 und dann noch 2 Spiele in der Gruppenphase der Männer. Schön, dass ihr bei uns seid in der immer noch sehr, sehr, sehr schönen Jahrhunderthalle in Bochum. Ich freue mich, dass
On to the next one. We got one wheelchair Super Cup 2026 game left. It is the Kieler Wheelers meeting up with HRB Essen. The hot rolling Bears out of Essen come in with an 0-2 record, losing a nail-biter to Bonn to start their campaign, and then 14-7 against the Köln 99ers. So they virtually have no shot of getting to second place in the pool right now. Kieler Wheelers actually have that second spot close to locked up. Actually, never mind. I'm getting my math wrong. All these teams still have a chance. As the Köln 99ers beat all of them, it could be a 1-1-1 tie. Anyways, let's get you reintroduced to the Kieler Wheelers. Timo Schmiesing, Abdelhak Salibi, Marlon Kien Broders, and Jonas Theisig with number 49 on the right-hand side of your screen. This team come in 1-0. They have picked up a victory. But in case of a loss here, we're going to need to bring out the calculators to get the math right for the pool. And of course, I think every team here wants to avoid playing the Köln 99ers for as long as they can. The hot rolling Bears out of Essen are up next. And they are again 0-2, losing a nail-biter in their first game to Bonn and then getting knocked out by Köln 99. Soraya Mal, Shamal Ismail, Mimunu Ali, and Bleron Maloku is your force of Maloku showed out in that first game. He got on one offensively. It's quiet in the second game. And they're for sure looking to get him rolling yet again in this pivotal matchup for seeding in the pool. And again, as mentioned, pool play leads to the knockout rounds tomorrow. All teams will advance. But that last spot, that fourth spot that HRB Essen is holding on to now as we say hello to Stefan Detken and Daniel Wagen shoots yet again. But the last spot HRB Essen is holding on to will lead to a matchup with the Köln 99ers in the semifinals, something you might want to avoid. That team is 3-0. In case of an Essen win, we're going to need to bring out the calculators because the tiebreaker will be points scored. In case of a Kieler Wheeler win, they will be in second. That's what I can tell you right now.
Kieler Wheeler with the first possession in the course.
Kieler Wheelers will get the first possession. They play in the multicolored gear, while the hot rolling Bears out of Essen play in the red. And here we go, last wheelchair game of the day. Give and go action for the quick bucket. It's Abdelhak Salibi coming through there with a quick score under the basket. Beautifully drawn up play. And the Kieler Wheelers are off to the races. Essen, no space for a shot. Slow possession on that one. Ismail couldn't really get anything going. They couldn't get it to Maloku either. So a turnover as a result, 12-second violation. Maloku, quick hands, pokes the ball away from Theisig. Possession reset. 7 on the shot clock. Theisig in action. Around the defense goes Theisig, lobs it in. Quick catch and finish. Salibi right away with 2 quick points to get the Kieler Wheelers on the board. Last second attempt there won't go. Salibi and a foul called on the baseline. Mid-range look from Tijsig is off the mark. That one will sail out of bounds. Possession looks like it will go to Essen here. Moloku looking to shake the defense. Turns, spins. Space for a mid-range look. Never mind, he gets to the rack. Easy layup. Moloku with the moves. Big bucket on the other end too. Keeler Wheelers just won't know when to stop. 3-1. Tijsig this time around. And that one will go out of bounds. And have him. We got a 3-1 game so far. And potentially a battle for second. Give and go action. Oh, but poked away. Not cleanly though. Ishmael got a piece of hand on that one. But look at Salibi getting free. Ishmael, yeah, coming in there. A little piece of hand. So a free throw coming up here for Abdelhak Salibi. Wheelers looked like they were cruising in their first game of today's action, the very first game we played actually. Never mind, their second game. They were up for a long time and made it a very, very competitive game against the Köln 99ers. But down the stretch of that game, they just couldn't quite execute. Lost it by 1. I think they were the only team managed to slow down the Köln offense. But still didn't quite get the win. Lob into Tijsig. Tijsig back to... Well, that layup's off the mark. Tijsig and Schmiesing connecting there. Moloku trying to get up. Trying to get his wheelchair upright. Everybody's helping out. I love this so far about wheelchair basketball. There's a lot of sportsmanship in the game. So Bledon Moloku back to his wheels. Trying to tie those shoes up, making sure his feet don't slip. But he's back to it, and we are back to it as well. Keeler Wheelers with possession and the lead here, over 2 minutes into the game. They're trying to lock up the second seed. Give and go again. Tijsig, Schmiesing down to Salibi, who misses. Moloku down, give and go option there. Oh, but just off the mark. Wally couldn't squeeze it, and Endo, the quick transition. Turnover on the other side as well, so Essen will get it back. The hot rolling Bears with now a travel. Can't push off more than twice without dribbling. This, the give and go action that we saw here before, but Mimoun Wally unlucky, bounces right out. Salibi overshares it. Looked like he had a lane to the basket, but he flipped it into Schmiesing. Schmiesing, not the tallest player out here, so that one sailed over his head. Moloku. Dump down pass. Uwali this time secures a bucket. That pick and roll action is working. Quick transition though from the other end for the Keeler Wheelers, who put Mark Roders in position. That mid-range shot from the baseline for him has been working all game long. He gets another one. Fades away. Yes, sir. 5-2 lead for the Keeler Wheelers. Broders comes in the game and changes up the play right away. His length is tough to stop from that. The angle he's shooting from, right? He's shooting from the left and the right block, a little bit off of the key. As we look back at that pick and roll action between Maloku and Wally. But this is the answer for Broders.
Hey, wenn wir Check haben, dann du oben und wir beide sind rechts.
System, ja, das ist gut.
Okay, mit Kommunikation, ha? Mit Kommunikation, bitte. Weiter.
Teams kommen zurück.
Another mid-range shot for Broders. We've seen hit this shot all day long. The Keeler Wheelers up by 4. They get the possession here as well. Never mind, they turn it over. And that score will count. Maloku picking up that loose ball. Getting this team to 3. Smeesing, midi, no. Maloku traces it down yet again. Essen, they need some offense in this one, and Maloku is probably the one to give it to him. He was superb in their first game in today's action, and he's been superb in this one. Puts the team on his back. It's 6-4 all of a sudden. Smeesing. It takes a little bit too long there. Shot clock violation. Essen stabilizing here right around the 6-minute mark of the game. Getting some scores, getting some stops, which is what they need to try to get their first victory of the day. Wally has to put up a one-handed jumper. That one doesn't go. Cleared by Smeesing. Lobs it into Broders. Broders. Another mid-range shot up and over Wally. He wanted a foul, didn't get it, but he still gets the bucket. 7-4. Soraya, big answer. Essen continue to trail by just 2, and it's Soraya to put him at 5 points total. Pass broken up by Maloku. Look at the kick down from Maloku, and Soraya Mal wide open. Pass overshoots Broders. That is a 12-second violation. Essen will get possession and a chance here right around the 5-minute mark to climb back into this game. They've managed to slow down the Keeler Wheelers. Now can they get the scores? Timeout called.
Jahre alt, sorry, muss im 1 gegen 1 gegen sie ziehen, und wenn wir da draußen einen Wurf haben, gegen diese Mannschaft ist das nicht notwendig. Oder meinst
du? Ja, aber die dürfen den halt nicht abfangen.
1 gegen 1 schlagen, du nimmst Tempo an und fährst du vor ihr vorbei, kriegst den Lobpass und machst ihn rein.
Durch.
Teams kommen zurück.
Who can get going in the next 5 minutes? It might decide the 2 seed in the pool. Keeler Wheelers hold on to that 2-point lead. Their offense was going early, but it's been Essen that has climbed and clawed their way back in the game. Good hands there by Salibi, knocking that ball away. Maloku will take the check, but Dimes run down on the shot clock. Forces up a shot, no good. Salibi dumps it down. Broders, bad angle at the basket, couldn't finish. Give and go action under the basket. It's Maloku. 7-6 game. It's Maloku in action again, speeding to the basket. Blocked. It doesn't matter. He pours in a one anyway. The last action. Give and go there with Maloku. Good pass from Wally. And Wally on the stripe now, and he ties the game. Actually, never mind. He gets his team a 1-point lead. Steal by Maloku. Good hands. Essen clear it. Wally, though, ball poked away. That's out of bounds. Levy's shown his quick hands time and time again. He's not afraid to go over to steal, that's for sure. His team has struggled offensively here in the last few possessions. They were up 7-4 and a 4-0 run now by Essen. You can see the energy for Essen's really high in that timeout. They know what's at stake here. Salibi, no. Taisig also no. Big misses here as the Keeler Wheelers are reeling a little bit, giving up a 4-0 run and can't score underneath the basket all of a sudden. A team that is now virtually in the second seed. If the score remains this way, but Essen's not done yet. Ball pass, overshot. Ball's out of bounds. Meeson can't get to it. Maloku has found his confidence yet again in this one. Under the basket, Soraya, no good. Quick clear, and Salibi with the pass. Taisig, though, his finishing ability off the mark on his last 3 attempts, and it's Essen who have taken this game over. And they get another bucket. Blair on Maloku off of the walk pass. And Taisig again with a miss. Shares it though, and it's Salibi finishing up this time. Pass across the paint from Wally and Maloku, with the soft touch off the glass. Broder's mid-range is not good. Jump ball situation. Who had possession of that, as the defense will be rewarded the next check ball. It'll be Essen possession. Our hot rolling Bears will take it here. Maloku operating, getting to the mid-range. Doesn't want to take the shot. Turns again. Loses the defense, and Maloku off the glass with a miss. Wally first to the spot. Turns quickly. Defensive switch. Wally stuck. Give and go action. Soraya under the basket. Yes, ma'am. Meesing with the quickies, dumps the ball down, but it's not caught. Broders lets that one slip through his fingers. This is the best game we've seen out of Essen so far. They have dominated the middle stretch of this game and are on a, I believe they're on a 8-1 run. 3-point game here, a minute 36 on the clock in the last 3x3 wheelchair game of the day. Maloku, no. Gets his own board though. Can't finish up the play, Wally. And he will get the score. A big 4-point lead all of a sudden for Essen. Broders, 2-point attempt off the mark. It's Maloku. Smeesing, Wally dumps it down. Maloku, no good. Quick shots needed here if Kieler Wheelers want to get back into it. Smeesing, no. Broders turns into one, whips up a 2, off the mark. Again, the shot they wanted, but they couldn't quite get the make. And it will be the hot rolling Bears out of Essen that get possession here with 8.9 on the clock and a 3-point lead. And that will be all she wrote. Look at Maloku looking for one last shot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is all she wrote. HRB Essen get a big win here and managed to avoid last place in the pool. Kieler Wheelers, I believe, still come in second. But nonetheless, impressive play by Essen, who came out and looked a little bit sluggish to start, but then they fought and scrapped and clawed. Changed their approach in the middle of the game. They got Maloku going. That helped a lot. Soraya was big as well with a couple of buckets. And they managed to get a dub, a much-needed and well-deserved W over the Kieler Wheelers. They get a hand of applause from the crowd, and of course we will see them tomorrow as wheelchair action continues at 2:10 p.m. local time with the semifinals, which are now secured. The matchups, I believe, will be Kieler Wheelers and Essen. So they will meet again tomorrow in the semifinals. Again, that's all for tomorrow. That was the 3x3 Wheelchair Super Cup for today. Stick and stay right here, though, as we got a couple of men's games in the Super League still to play. Brooklyn and the SparkassenStars from Bochum are up next. That game slated to start 4 minutes from now.
Wait a minute, where it's at, you should know I got it in the bag. Don't know how to act. Don't know how to act.
it's sad. You should know I got it in the bag. Don't know how to act. Hello. Don't know how to act.
Wir haben noch 2 Spiele hier für euch. Jetzt geht es wieder zu den Herren in die Gruppenphase. Bochum, seid ihr bereit? Auf geht's! Hier kommen die Teams.
2 more 10-minute sprints from the 3x3 Super Week today. Before we get into all the action tomorrow, we have a big upset winner coming to the court. Respect Brooklyn. They came in as the Brooklyn Bads. They hadn't won a game all week in 2 stops, and they turned into the Brooklyn Beasts. Akeem Ellis was huge and locked up a W. Jack Appleby, Austin Hill, and Berto Colonet round out the squad. Jack Appleby, the team owner, dealing with some back spasms. He's been struggling all day because of it. He was on the hunt for some ibuprofen earlier, somebody told me. And this keeps his Instagram profile well informed. You can find a lot on the games there at How to Hoop Forever. And of course, follow us at 3x3_hub for all of the action here from Bochum, Germany. Brooklyn getting a big upset win, 21-18 over Baskets Bonn Telekom, their first victory of the week, which is pure insanity. And now they face off with the hometown heroes, the SparkassenStars from Bochum. A squad led by Miles Osei, Luca Ozono, Niklas Geske, and Heckel are on the squad as well. They lost to Fuengirola 21-16 earlier today, and now head into a very important matchup with Brooklyn, who are still looking at the #1 seed in the pool. I mean, wow, just wow. Anyway, when these 2 teams met up in the earlier stops this week, it was mainly the SparkassenStars who did all the scoring. Stop 1 was a 21-13 win for Bochum, and then stop 2 a 19-70 victory, so a lot closer. But the way Akeem Ellis and Austin Hill have come out to play today, just wow. Let's see if Brooklyn can play with 4 here. As again, they played stop number 2 with 3 players. Austin Hill not available for that one due to injury. He's back here now. Jack Appleby again dealing with back spasms, so he's struggling a little bit. And still, they managed to get a lock on the top seed in the pool after defeating Baskets Bonn Telekom improbably. Positive energy is what Akeem Ellis said, and again, it's carried the squad here. So they're going to try to continue that against the hometown favorite, the newly minted SparkassenStars from Bochum. All smiles before the game, and I bet you they'll leave it all out on the court. These 2 teams can hoop, I'll tell you that. Austin Hill, probably the guy with the most pro experience on the American side, playing for New York Harlem for the last few years. Ozono and Osai, a part of the Baskets Bonn / St. Pauli program for the last few seasons. They got some experience as well. Appleby, well, I thought he got free with that back spasm there, but he ends up getting rejected by Ozono, who gets a lob pass and finishes up the play. Hometown heroes on the board first. Hill. 2 ball. This is what carried Brooklyn in the first game. Marvin Heckel out to the big fella. Ozono answers with a 2 of his own. Ellis strides to the rack, big steps, big lay, another 2's up. This game is off to the races. Deuces are wild. Hill now with the layup. Hard to keep up with all the action here. Osei with another score. No defense, all offense in this one. Turnover. Ozono kicks it out. Osei lines up another 2-ball, and apparently these teams can miss. Hadn't seen it yet. Ozono stops the play, but it's been 10 points. We're at it for 70 seconds. What's going on? We started off with this. The rejection and then the lob pass. Ozono is active in the paint early. Quick turnover. Geske with the good hands. Osei past the defense, off the mark on the layup attempt though. But I do believe a foul was called. So Miles will go to the stripe. Miles is stop and go speed. Attacking that rack's been quite something. We knew he's had it. We saw him on the pro circuit before doing just this. And when he gets free reign to attack on a team like the SparkassenStars, you better watch out. The man is athletic. Appleby. And you can see Bochum is trying to up the pressure on the perimeter on Brooklyn, knowing they need that 2-ball to kind of stick in a game like this. Appleby yet again, he'll line up a 2. And a shot clock violation, as that didn't leave his hand before the light on the shot clock turned on. Brooklyn turned it over. Geske. Looking at Austin Hill. Geske stepping sideways, can't get it. Heckel steps back, 2-ball is good. This game has more deuces than Japanese selfies so far. And then quick hands by Ozono, putting the pressure out on the perimeter. His defense is tighter than those shorts he's wearing, and those are mediums. Not hating, just saying. Quick take by Hill, stabilizing Brooklyn, who now look at a 4-point deficit. Geske looking to add to it for his team. 2-ball no good. Rebound Ozono, also no good. Ellis quiet this one so far. Ball screen action. Ellis with the floaty. Hill gets it back. Long range attempt is good. Good rebound by Colonet, by the way. This is what Brooklyn needed. Back to it. Heckel. Another 2-ball up. Man, 2s are flying in this one. All offense, no defense this game. Ellis from deep, no. But he's fouled on the attempt. 2 free throws coming up for Akeem Ellis. Battle for the boards is Berto's in that one. And he'll get it to his teammate Heckel, though, right into place with a couple of 2s. Ellis stabilizing from the free throw line. Again, in a game that's all offense, you need some stuff like this, because both teams are just knocking down shots like crazy. Geske to Osei, back to Geske. Geske on the move. He gets the layup. No call on the play. Geske's on the floor. Ellis out to Hill. Hill on the move. Doesn't want to shoot it over Osei. Ends up doing it anyways. Stop on Bochum, and then Geske with a big 2-point shot. 13-9. The hometown heroes take a big lead. Ellis with the answer, just off the rim. I would remind you of the fact that we've been playing for just over 3 minutes. And my voice is leaving me because it's a 13-9 game. Wow. Nicholas Geske, the veteran here. Pure money from 2. First TV timeout. It feels like we're already about 3/4 through with the game. We might be with the pace this one has. It has been incredible. And both teams are definitely coming in to try to get that W. In this Pool B, it's been a mess all day after that Brooklyn upset. Look at Ozono starting off the game with the right energy. Missed by Brooklyn, the rebound not controlled. Osei down to Ozono. Ozono back to Osei, but it's broken up. Give and go action, not working in this one. A fresh 12 for Brooklyn. Ellis looking to separate. Ellis to the rack around Ozono. Osei, pick and roll action. He's going straight at Ellis. The floaty's good. And then a warning on Ozono for headbutting that ball, but Miles Osei has come to play in this one. Ellis, though, he's been in his bag like some leftover fries all day. Pick and roll action. Hill pulls up, side of the backboard. Geske now with some room to operate. Geske right past Ellis. Doesn't want to take the layup, flips it back. Hackle undershoots it. Ellis out to Appleby, who's wide open, naked. He hits one off the glass. The man's got a German banking account. 14-12 in a highly entertaining contest. Foul called here, second only on Brooklyn. One possession game in favor of the SparkassenStars from Bochum, the hometown heroes. They need a win. Well, actually, as does Brooklyn. No one's safe in this mess of a pool. Geske, sidearm. Ellis can't squeeze it. Teams must be out of gas by now. This has been a high-scoring affair. Osei taking him around the block, but missing the layup. Hill wide open, pulls it quickly, and he has been unconscious from range all day long, hitting shot after shot. 14-14 tie we have here. Geske by himself, but a foul called before the shot, a technical on Hill for flopping on that contact on the screen. Hill here runs right into Osei. Yeah, that is a little bit of a flop, I'll be honest with you. So Geske will get an opportunity from the free throw line, the veteran, to get his team a 1-point lead against this Brooklyn team that's been way better than advertised. (15-14) going into the last 4 minutes and 42 seconds, but I don't think we're going to need all that time to finish this game up. Fusion on the floor. 16-14 lead now for Bochum. Appleby, Colonet. Hill looking to separate. Hill on his way to the basket. Hill bumps and scores. Geske, Appleby with the good, feet. Looked like it was hands, but be there with the kickball. It's a different sport. Keske now putting the moves on Ellis. Ozono just bullying his way to the rack. Ellis to attack Ozono. Ozono holding up though on defense, contesting the shot. Ellis somehow gets that one to go. That was Kawhi Leonard bounce right there. Sorry. I had to throw it back to the Toronto Raptors. Man, oh man. Both teams have come to play in this one. 17-17. 3:47 on the clock. Look at the action. Ozono wrapped up on that play.
Wir müssen nur so ehrlich sein. Mehr reden. 2 haben, mehr wegnehmen. Wir sind an der Marsch. Und jetzt im rechten Rahmen. Let's go. Come on. Das ist Spiel. Ey, den Weißen attackieren.
Wollt ihr so bleiben? Ist fein von mir.
Nein, geh rein.
Okay.
Okay. Komm. Ab jetzt.
Osei trying to rally the troops, taking leadership in the huddle there. I love to see it. This has been the story of the game, though. The 2-ball has been flying everywhere. Scores have come in throws. And both teams have looked supreme in what's now a 17-17 tie. Osei kicks it. Heckel for 2. And a foul called in the rebound. Look at Osei, though. Well. It's quite some bounce there, young man. He's heard when I watch somebody get up like that. Anyway, enough about that. Osei there with the quick bunnies. Now they continued here. We have a foul. I think it's the 6th on Brooklyn. It must have been in the act of shooting as Heckel is moving to the free throw stripe. Brooklyn 1 foul away from the dreaded bonus. There we go. Next defensive foul on the Americans will put Bochum on the line for 2. Heckel in this case, though, can't squeeze the make. They get it back, though. Heckel. Out to Osei. Confidence beaming. That man can shoot 2. Bochum 2 points away from game and then out of bounds. Who's that off of? Look at Miles Osei, though. Carrying his team to a 2-point lead in the most important stretch of the game. He will take a seat. Actually, there will be a timeout. So Brooklyn now looking at their first deficit of today. Going into the most important stretch of the game right here. 19-17. Listen in.
Transition. Ich hole dich in Transition. Okay?
Defense, wir haben 2 Teamfouls. Die kriegen keinen Zweier. Ja. Und wenn die so gucken, dann geben wir mal einen Foul. Jetzt, wir haben 2 Teamfouls. Wir werden jetzt 2, 3,
So you heard Osei say they have 2 fouls to get to their name, which means they can use a bunch of fouls to stop Brooklyn from scoring. Bochum has played a very disciplined defensive game, I would say, even though there hasn't been much defense. But they have some fouls and they can use them to their advantage. Brooklyn in possession here. They need a score. 6 on the shot clock. Follow net. Out to Ellis. Fading away on the 2. It doesn't matter. 19-19. Oh, Osei. No good. He had to look at the game. Heckel. 2-pointer win. Heckel gets a W. 21-19. And it's the hometown heroes that get the win. Then Heckel with the kill shot. And SparkassenStars Bochum get a very important win in the pool here. Incredible play from both teams. But it was Marvin Heckel who came through late with the kill shot. The game winner over the Brooklyn Beasts. This is what happened first. Ellis came in with a crazy 2-ball to tie things up, and then Heckel got it, separates, and just hydrates from the top of the key. Hands up to the crowd for the hometown kid, Marvin Heckel. Remember the name. big implications on group play here, as I guess we're going to have to bring out the calculators to figure out who's going to win this group now. Brooklyn is at 1 win. Bochum's at 1 win. Fuengirola is at 1 win, and they're up next against SparkassenStars Bonn, who are winless. It is a lot here in Pool B, but look at this. Jose's former teammates coming in and congratulating him. Y'all take a look at the moving pictures from this one. Enjoy the highlights as we get ready to set with our last 10-minute sprint of today's action from the 3x3 Super Week. It's SparkassenStars Bonn, Telekom, and Fuengirola on deck next, right here from Jahrhunderthalle. Don't go anywhere. Did I mention Pool B is a mess right now? Oh, look at this. Number 1 seed in the pool, SparkassenStars Bonn Telekom, the only team without a win. They are up next in the last game of today's action. They can stay right here to see if they can improve their standing and bring down Fuengirola, who they've battled with all week long.
Und wie spannend 3x3 Basketball sein kann. Wenn ihr mehr davon sehen wollt und vielleicht auch bald olympisch, dann schaut euch jetzt das Video an. 3x3 in Bochum, bald olympisch.
Gemeinsam für den größten Moment. Dein Ja für Olympische und Paralympische Spiele. Bis zum 19.04. abstimmen. Olympiabewerbung.nrw.
Klickt jetzt schnell auf die Olympiawerbung.nrw, unterstützt das Projekt und ihr seht, dass vielleicht auch hier bald in der Jahrhunderthalle in Bochum olympischer Basketball gespielt werden könnte, wenn die Olympiawerbung durchgeht. Bochum Rhein-Ruhr bewirbt sich darum und ihr alle könnt diese Bewerbung unterstützen. Vielen Dank. Wir bedanken uns bei den Förderern dieses sensationellen Events und ihr seht, wie mega es wird, wenn es dunkel wird. Vielen Dank an das Sport-Ehrenamt, an das Sportland Nordrhein-Westfalen, an den Regionalverband Ruhr und vielen Dank an unsere Partner, den Deutschen Basketballbund, der Stadt Bochum und der Deutschen Telekom. Vielen Dank! Schreibt es raus in eure Socials, postet fleißig, verlinkt gerne den 3x3 hart hier bei uns und erzählt es alle draußen, wie mega es ist, dass ihr hier seid und die da draußen es leider verpassen. Wenn ihr morgen dabei seid, wird es noch viel, viel besser. Morgen ist der Final Day. Wir machen uns bereit für das nächste Spiel. Das letzte Spiel heute am Samstag. Bochum, seid ihr bereit für den Walk-In? Dann seid jetzt laut. Hier kommt das Team von den Baskets Bonn Telekom.
Alrighty, a big test coming up for the number 16 team in the world, Baskets Bonn Telekom, after losing a stunner to Brooklyn earlier. Now these gentlemen will have to pick up a win if they want to continue their hopes of making it to the knockout rounds tomorrow. It's Denzel Ajiman, Leonard Schultz, CD Kaime, and the future, Fabian Giesman, that come up on deck after that. Again, that just disjointed game they played earlier. 21-18 loss, something we don't see often from them before giving up a... The Stars Bochum, 21-16. They also had the 2-ball rolling. It was a combination of Vega, Rojas, and De Blas that knocked down shots early, leading to a lot of pick-and-roll action with Jose Blázquez, the knife, who kept slicing through the defense and getting layup after layup after layup. Fuengirola have not lost yet. Again, 1-0 right now. 0-1 for Baskets Bonn Telekom. A huge game in a pool that is all kinds of messy. A Baskets Bonn Telekom win here would have all teams at one victory. Just wild. Johannes Malamas and Henning Fröhlich as the referees in this one. And the games between these teams this week have been contentious, to say the least. Stop one, they met in the pool, which ended up a Fuengirola win, 20-12. They met again that same stop in the finals, though. And that was a 19-14 Baskets Bonn win. And then stop two, they met again in the pool. Baskets Bonn took that one 21-16. So I don't know which way this is going. It's all over the place.
Marbella und Malaga in Andalusien. Und hier sehen Sie nochmal die Team-Matchup-Grafik auf unserer Mega-LED-Wall. Baskets Bonn Telekom und Team Fuengirola. Der Court is ready, the players are ready, referees are ready. Bochum, one more time. Are you ready? Let's go, one more time.
Alrighty. Last 10-minute sprint of today's action from the 3x3 Super Week in Bochum, Germany. It's Fuengirola, Baskets Bonn. Fuengirola will start with possession. Screening action to get DDB an open look. Vega will take it himself, and a traveling violation.
Und das Team Baskets Bonn Telekom, alle in der Session 1 aufgepasst haben, vielleicht schon da waren. Jetzt hier nochmal für euch in der Session 2 ist gespickt mit
Hagen down to keys. Munn somehow squeezes that one through. The extension. Man's got Luffy arm. For those of you that have seen One Piece. Anyway, done with those references here. We'll get back to basketball. And a 1-zip lead for Baskets Bonn Telekom. That when they play on the Pro Tour, when they're at their best, they are athletic and they stop all of your action on the perimeter, make it a 1-point game. Well, that 1-point game is this time around going in favor of Jose Blázquez, who will get to the stripe. That pick and roll action's been so good for Fuengirola all day long. In their first game, they wrote this in the middle part of the game on their way to a pretty easy win. And Blázquez now heads to the stripe. Schultz, midi pull-up. And Baskets Bonn looking a lot more focused, I'll tell you that, in this game so far. Blázquez right through the traffic, 2-2. Punch for punch so far Baskets Bonn trying to feed the beast. Giesmann inside. Giesmann again. And it's Schultz with the contested look, no good. Rebound, bounces around, ends up in the hands of Fuengirola. Giesmann takes over, on his way to the rack. Bang out for Giesmann. 2 hands for safety, 3-2 lead, Baskets Bonn. Diego de Blas, big steps right around Bekayme. DDB coming through here. Again, a member of the Spanish national team in the World Cup last year where they picked up an improbable gold medal. The man scored 12 to get that gold in the final game. But Giesmann right now trying to hurt the rim. My word. 20-year-old with the big boom. And his team a 1-point, well actually a tied game now. Girola with the stop, Vega. To Blázquez yet again, somehow sneaks through the defense. They cannot get a grip on that guy. Aguiman, no. He's been off the mark from 2 all game long. All day long, I say. Something he's worked on a lot. An improved 2-point shooter on the pro circuit in 2025, going into 2026, but so far, not so good. A foul here on Schultz, trying to keep Vega away from post-up position. DDB fouled by Schultz. Those will be 2 free throws. That is not a good foul. DDB right around the screen, pulls up here. Schultz, well, I'm not sure. Be the judge. Looks like he got a lot of ball on that. Meanwhile, DDB on the stripe secures his team a 2-point lead. He's got 1 more free throw coming. De Blas, his 3rd point of the game. Giesmann kicks it. Bekayme for 2. Yes, sir. TDB spray into place. 6-5. Blas wants another screen. Somehow sneaks through the defense and is fouled on a dunk attempt. Broken play, but DDB turns it into a free throw somehow. Baskets Bonn are racking up the fouls as we look back at CD Bekayme's 2-ball. But here, he smacks DDB on the arm. And you can see 5 fouls next to Baskets Bonn Telekom. That is not what you want in this phase of the game. We're just under 3 minutes in, and they're close to the bonus already, and a turnover after as well. Fuengirola got the momentum. Lead for the Spaniards. Game is far from over. Again, we are barely 3 minutes in. Blázquez sharing with Vega. It's a play for De Blas. De Blas coming around the screen, looking to shake Giesmann. De Blas, definitely not. Good defense by Fabian Giesmann, staying with Diego de Blas, a very good shooter, and forcing a stop there. We got a TV timeout, but that last possession is what you want to see out of Baskets Bonn Telekom if they want to have any hopes of continuing the tournament here. Defensive pressure and the athleticism to guard the perimeter and force the game into a matchup of 1. You have a guy like this, those ones will go your way at some point. Schultz is shown out a little bit here with the midi pull-up. Vasquez, though, has been tough to contain. And that one hurt the rim, I'll tell you that. Giesman. Giesman trucking his way to the basket. Righty layup is good, and it looks like the Germans have stabilized. Rojas has been quiet in this one. In a good first game. Shake CDB here, though. Can't drop off the 2-ball. CD kicks it. Get it back. And it's Blazquez now. Physical battle as Vega comes away with the board. Rojas, somehow, some way. He couldn't even see the basket from that angle. And he still manages to get that down. Giesman, inverse pick and roll, loses the defense, lines up the 2-ball. This is why they call that man the future. Offensive foul then on the screen by Vega. So baskets Bonn, even though they looked at a big deficit after this big shot by Rojas. They get some get back from Giesman, and then they get a defensive stop. Showing some resilience here. TD fouled on his way to the rack. Poked out, and that will go Fuengirola's way. Off the hands of Denzel Ajiman, who's looking on in disbelief. Yeah, for sure. The Blas gets his hands on there, but it's Ajiman to touch it last. There is the Blas fading on a 2-point attempt. Ajiman to the rack, scoops it up and in. We are tied at 9. Another highly entertaining matchup in a highly entertaining Pool B, but look at this. Not sure what's going on there, but Jose Blazquez. I think he might have jammed a finger there. Badly, to say the least. He's off the court. So Fuengirola for now playing with 3. Vega almost loses it. The Blas give and go action. Vega under the basket scores. Fuengirola secured a 10th point. Again without Blazquez. CDB with a big hammer dunk. My goodness. Bekaime with the bump and the boom. He gets a foul too. And he'll get to the stripe after this spectacular bang out. Just magnificent. Love to see it. A little bit of a mean streak from CDB, who buries the free throw as well. 11-10, and Blazquez is back. He is back on the bench. Good news for the Spanish fans watching. Rojas, no. Giesman to Giesman with the floaty. Take that to the kiddie pool somewhere. Soft touch by the big fella. CDB fouled on the play. And is that number 6 or 7? I can't see it from here. Vasquez still on the bench. It was number 6 in fouls on basketball and Telekom, who are now at the bonus. Next defensive fouls, 2 free throws going the Spaniards' way. They try to get Rojas the ball. DDB comes off the screen, snipes one, but leaves it on the front of the rim. Schultz kick down pass into Bekaime, easy flush. Baskets Bonn have taken control over the midsection of the game here. Especially after that steal by Schultz. Open in the corner, no one home, but he misses the two. De Blas, kick out. Rojas, 2-ball, splashed. Por dos is Fuengirola. Tie things back up, or close to tying things back up. It's 13-12. CDB has not been stopped in this game at all. Rojas is going to continue to keep shooting him into things, but this one no good. He saves it inbounds somehow, though. G-man thought about the shot. Hesitated a little bit. And then Fuengirola turn it over. Second TV timeout in what's now become a 2-point lead for Baskets Bonn. Fuengirola played with 3 for a little bit. What's up with Blázquez's hand is the question. CDB came through the lane and just poked it some way. Love to see it from Bekame. Rojas remains on the bench. That means Blázquez must be back on the court. 3 minutes, 15 seconds until this 10-minute sprint will be concluded, and we'll know who picked up the victory. Bekame dumped out into a G-man who has the strength to finish that play. 3-point lead now for Baskets Bonn. Blázquez shares it. Pick and roll action with the Blas. Blázquez pick and pop rather. Well guarded by a G-man. The German kids, and I say kids with all due respect, but these are some young fellas. They are getting it done right now. Baskets Bonn Telekom, a 3-point lead heading into the last 2:51. Referee extends a warning. Too much physicality between Blázquez and the G-man. G-man on his way to the rack, kicks it. Schultz steps into a 2, knuckleballs it off the rim. Schultz, though, gets it back. It's blocked by Rojas. Blázquez. Rojas now putting on the moves. 2-ball, no good. He gets his own rebound. Vega from the corner this time. He will miss. And Vega's got positioning under the basket. A good seal by Javier Vega. And a much-needed score for Fuengirola. Now the Spaniards will expend their 6th foul. Both teams at the bonus right now. Schultz fading on the 2-point attempt. It's saved inbounds, but Bekame is out of the play. And that leads to a Vega score. 1-point game remains. Giesman under the basket. Yeah, there's no physicality to stop him right now. I don't think the Spaniards are going to give him any opposition underneath that basket if he catches it there. That's 6 fouls. He's a good free throw shooter as well, and he'll get his team a 2-point lead here. Giesman with the patience. G-man with the attack. G4 speeds to the rack right past everyone. This is the game that Baskets Bonn Telekom wants. A game of ones. And Fuengirola can't buy a bucket from range right now. You have to give Baskets Bonn Telekom credits for forcing them into contested looks and drives to the basket. In a game of ones, I'll give it to the German. They are very good at scoring at the basket, and now they get some free throws as well. TV, money from the stripe. Second one good as well. A big lead all of a sudden for Bonn Telekom. 19-14. Dump down pass. Fuengirola get another bucket. Blázquez brings it back to 4 points. But a 2-ball will be game here. And G-Man has not been stopped when he's put his head down to the basket. 20-15, under a minute to go. DDB, they need a 2. He gets a 2. Put it off the mark. They get the rebound though. De Blas down to Vega. Scoops in the shot. Bonn has it. They get it down to Giesman with the exclamation mark. The future punches it for a big-time victory for Bonn Telekom. A much-needed win for the young fellas. And they mess up the pool even more. Why not, don't you? Fuengirola, they started out with a bunch of 2 balls that they got down, but it ended up not their game. Pressured out of their 2-point looks. The length and athleticism for the Germans bothered them, and then this happened. Giesman, boom. And that is all she wrote for this game. 21-16 is the final score, as the young fellas for Bonn Telekom get a much, much needed win. I'll get out the calculators for the final standing in the pool. But man, Bonn needed that one. They will now be looking into tomorrow with a big matchup on the line to try to see if they can work their way out of this mess of a pool. Every team's at 1 victory, but everybody lost the game as well. It's going to come down to points scored. Tomorrow we will have Fuengirola and Brooklyn meet up, and Bochum and Bonn Telekom as well. It will be highly entertaining. I can tell you that right now, as we look at the fellas signing some hardware for the youngsters.
DJ Nicecard an den Decks und der Marc sagen vielen Dank, wir sehen uns morgen. Tschüss, ciao. Schönen Abend.
And that is your standing in the pool right now. The tiebreaker is points scored, so Brooklyn will take the first seed, improbably so, after day 1, followed by Bonn Telekom. Then Fuengirola and the SparkassenStars, the hometown boys, are in last for now, but nothing set, as this pool will conclude tomorrow when we continue with the 3x3 Super Week right here from Bochum. Action starts with Men Pool A. That game between Jumpshot Singapore and Hagen slated to start at 11:30 a.m. Let's take a look at the highlights before we get out of here.